Hello everyone and welcome. We're going to try something new this morning. I thought this morning's work would be on a burlap canvas. It's 10 by 10 and I'm going to try two different types of pour using both canvases and the exact same colors. And what I've done is I've layered a soft white. There's absolutely no silicone or PM in here. It is just mixed with water to a honey-like consistency. It's a little bit on the thinner side. I do add water as I need to get it to where I want it to go. So it's white and black and gold, both mixed exactly the same. The proportions might be a little bit off, but we'll see how it goes. So the first one I want to do is called a flip cup. Using the canvas, I'm going to center the cup to the canvas and then flip the entire thing over and let it just sit and do its magic. In the meantime, let me wipe my hands off for this. How's everyone doing this morning or afternoon or evening, depending on where you are? Shout out to Ingrid. Good morning, Ingrid, and Michelle and Eva. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day, or you will have a wonderful day, as the case might be. It is rather cold over here on the East Coast, but it is winter. All right, so what I want to do with this one is actually just do a ring pour, and I'm going to very gently on this spinner turntable that I have here, just continuously move it and see what effects that will give me. So let's get to pouring. I'm going slowly just to see if the colors will remain as I intend them to. Can you hear the wind outside? Rather blustery. I'm trying to go slowly as I pour to give time for the paint to react. The gold doesn't seem to be coming as I thought it would, but that's okay. Sometimes it'll pop out when I blow out the paint. Starting to get a wispy effect toward the center. I don't want to spin it too much, but I do want it to continue spinning and hopefully bring out some of the natural cells in it. I'm going to bring it closer. I think I have more paint than I actually need, but we'll see. Oh, there's some gold. It's getting eaten up, sinking to the bottom. But I'm hoping when I take the gun to it, the heat gun, it will create some additional magic. I do see some gold popping through, and they're kind of encapsulated in the white, and I fear the camera won't bring them up, but I'll take you in for a close-up when all is said and done. Here we go. the gold is definitely popping through. I think I'm gonna give it a spin so that it expands a little bit more. But I did want to wait just a couple of seconds to see if any additional cells are going to pop up, and it looks like they are slowly making their way to the top. Help me, help me. Oh no, it's like Cheerios. If you leave them long enough, they sink. But if you catch them just in time, it's like, ooh, they still have a crunch. All right, that's getting kind of silly, but this is what happens when you have too much coffee. Okay, if you don't know by now, I do love my coffee. All right, let's give it a spin and see what happens. And it doesn't have to be too big of a spin. As you can see, some of the paint is just making its way off of that wheel and canvas. And I did want to keep some of the burlap in it, so it has this floral effect to it almost. Let's see. I did level off the turntable, so if you're doing a spin pour, ring pour combined with a spin, you definitely want to make sure that the surface you're working on, in this case the turntable, is level. So I did use a leveling tool to make sure that it is level so that the paint doesn't flow off to one side more than on the other. I'm noticing there are some free flying burlap hairs, which is normal or natural. I'm kind of liking the burlap effect, but you know what? I want to give it one more spin to see if I can get some more going on that side. It's interesting because in the center, and I will try to take you in for a close-up, it's almost like a creature of some sort with two eyes, two buggy eyes. I want to say more like an alligator or a crocodile, or it could be a, I don't know, a puppy, could be a dragon. Definitely not a snake. I see a snout and two eyes and an ear, and it's just kind of doing its thing this way. It's actually quite interesting. All right, I definitely want to give it one more spin, additional. Whoa, that would not be good. A little too fast. Again, it does not have to be a violent spin. The paint will start to come off, that extra paint. And you can take it to the edge. You can tilt it if you wish. It all depends on what your creative idea or your imagination wants, or wherever you want it to go. I'm liking this effect in here, this kind of patterning out. I could deconstruct it by taking my palette knife through it, but I'm actually liking the natural effect that is happening as I'm spinning it. I think I want to do one more, or maybe two. We'll see how it goes. I do not want to disturb the creature in the center. He's so cute. I definitely need a name for him. I don't know. So Ingrid, Michelle, Eva, Jesse, I know you're out there. Shout out to Lisa. I feel like Romper Room. I see you in my mirror. Oh no, did I date myself there? All right, I'm gonna let it do its thing, and I'm gonna come back to it. I wanna see what happens as it's continuing on. I wanna take you over to this one, which was the flip cup. And I don't know if you can see it well enough in the camera, but the cell structures in here are just, oh, they're incredible. And I wish I could just take that and expand it out, but it's a cup pour. So what I want to do is actually take a push pin to it. If I find my push pins here we go. And the reason I use the push pin is to let some air in so that the paint will flow out of the cup. Whereas if I lift the cup and drag it, it will have a different effect, and I didn't really want that for this. So I'm going to pop a few holes in there before I lift the cup up. And I'm holding the cup as firmly down as I can, so hopefully not too much will be disturbed. And it's moving on its own, doing its thing. And notice what's going on here. I want to take the gun to it and see what happens. I'm going to give it a gentle twist and lift. I'm not spinning this one. I'm actually going to stretch it out, tilt and stretch, and see what happens. Yes, some of the paint will seep through, but that's okay. I don't want to disturb that end too much. I'm really liking what's going on in that corner. And just tilt it a little bit more. I think I want to leave some of the natural burlap through. I don't know if you can see the paint's kind of doing its own thing here, but I'm not really liking the effect right now, and it's catching in the burlap. It's got some real wispy layers in here, and some boulder cells are forming there and along the edges, but it's really not acting the way I had thought. So let's give it a pop and see. I think the black and white mixed into the silver gray smoky look, and it's actually become a little bit muddied, so I'm not really liking it. I want to give it one more tilt and see if I can get it to flow off. I don't think so, because there just wasn't enough paint on there. If you can see, it's moving along, but not exactly what I had thought. And it's all about vision. You know, in your mind's eye, you see something, and then you wind up with something totally different. And sometimes it works out, and sometimes, as in this case, it doesn't. So I'm going to let that alone. For just a few seconds. I'm going to go back to our spinning, pour and spin. That side doesn't seem to have as much. I want to just kind of bring it over a little bit, just to have it more symmetrical. But I definitely do not want to destroy my sleeping creature. Oh, no, come back. Maybe put some, just add some touch of paint here, picking up from the drippings I have. just to see if it will flow a little bit more to that side. Didn't do what I had hoped it would on that corner. And I unfortunately did not leave enough paint. Let's see if I could get a drip or two out of here. It's the process. Oh, actually that works much better. Let me just give it one final spin and see what happens. Wipe off my hands. I'm seeing some bubbles rising to the surface, so I'm gonna heat gun them one more time. There are some gold cells that have formed, come up through the white, and some are encapsulated in the black. And I want to take you in for a close-up just so you can see what's going on here. I'm going to go back to this one because, again, I do not like the way it turned out. So I may actually just clean it off or wait for it to dry, sand off the canvas, and reuse it. But in the meantime, I think we're done with our little creature. He's sleeping. Well, no, actually his eyes are wide open. Let's check him out. And here he is, a close up. I'm gonna go in and pop some more bubbles. I'm gonna take you out a little bit, just to see what it looks like out here. I apologize for the glare, but this was actually quite therapeutic, and I loved how it turned out. Let me know what you think. Thank you for joining me. Bye.